Well, 2024 is starting out with bangers left and right, and there's no signs of it slowing down, which makes me a happy guy. We get the long-awaited season of Classroom the Elite. This show is amazing. Shout out to the Sig Bear, but I finished 3 seasons of this anime within 2 weeks. All of the seasons are full of treachery, deceit, and 6D chess. We also get a new player in the game to compete with the best. This man Koji or Tojo or Ayana Koji, whatever his name is, whatever you want to call him, he is up there with the greats. And we're talking about geniuses now. The man Light Yagami that everybody is trying to chase. Light Yagami, who is believed to be the smartest, most conniving, intelligent character of all time. Well, we've got a new game player with Koji. Classroom of the Elite is a show that's going to give it to you all. A huge slew of characters, but they're all truly pawns in the game of Koji. This man works in the shadows like nobody I've ever seen before. We do get brief glimpses of his upbringing, but it's drowned out by his plain, monotone face, normal build, and a quiet facade. He doesn't look as his classmates. He doesn't look at his teachers. He doesn't look at any of these humans as people. All he looks at them as pawns on his board, and he will use every single one of them in any way to get ahead. As the anime states, the Classroom of the Elite, it is the creme de la creme, the best of the best, the brightest of the brightest. Those are the only ones who are going to advance. At first, like in most animes, you get a small glimpse of something similar. This kind of reminded me of Assassination Classroom by the famed Koro Sensei. I mean this by saying that the classes are being separated. You have Class D, C, B, and A. Everybody's goal is to be in Class A. That is the Classroom of the Elite. Within these challenges, you get to see how the school is essentially real life. You have the basic test of taking activities, trips, and all this other stuff, kind of like you do in the real world, but you can do whatever you want. There are no games, there are no rules to get you to Class A. As you go through the series, you'll notice that there are teachers, but they're truly not a part of the show. You can kind of think of them as police. As long as the students are within the guidelines and not breaking any rules, aka getting caught, the teachers let the kids run wild. And this show gets pushed to its limits. In season 2, we have a great matchup between Koji, who is our sociopath, and then his first true test, Ruin. So within each class, A, B, C, and D, you have class presidents, you have councils, and you have leaders. Well, you would think of most of them to run like a democracy since they're all kids. Not with Ruin. Ruin is pure dictator. He is pure fist. Everything is a nail because he is the hammer. He is Class C's leader or president. The battle between Ruin and the rest of them are just, it's night and day. Everybody wants to talk it out. Everybody wants to have different options. Ruin is ruling with an iron fist. And at the climax of season 2, these boys get straight to fisticuffs, and you can feel it. It's sensational. One of the quotes that Ruin has is he does not have fear. He has never felt fear. And in that deep baritone voice, you can feel, well, he hasn't met Toji. He hasn't met the disciple of Light Yagami and Anya Noki-san. This show is truly amazing. Most of them have a constant theme. This one does not. It hits you with curves and lefts and rights and ups and downs. You are just all over the place. It is phenomenal. This show is truly amazing. As you've seen in my other reviews, I don't think anything can touch Solo Leveling. Now, granted, these are completely 2 different animes. This one is more of like a mystery mixed with thriller, but damn, it plays mind games with you. This is a constant battle of politics. Who you know, who you can manipulate, and also they drop subtle hints throughout the whole series. It is great. This is kind of a spoiler, but not really. The thing that this show does is they drop you as soon as the show begins. So here's kind of a spoiler. One of the biggest hints that they give you is in the opening scene of episode 1. It's that you can buy anything. Outside of that, essentially it's free reign to the kids and they can do whatever they want. The rules, like I said, there's bribery, there's extortion, there's blackmail, and much, much more. And then we roll into the most anticipated season 3, and it does not let up. With Toji essentially being the deep state, he continues to work in the shadows and single-handedly move Class D into the C spot. He alone befriended the council president, the Class B president, conquered Class C after defeating Ruin. This man knows what the hell he is doing, and the writing in the show is flawless. From top to bottom, each episode is going to have you on the edge of your seat. But just like every other protagonist, you know you're going to reap what you sow, and there's always going to be others chasing your coattails. In season 3, we get a new runner-up, a new genius who is trying to challenge the throne. He is a council president. Now, granted, he is one of many, but you can see that with Noji Koji setting the bar so high, there are people who are just grabbing at straws to catch up to him. As we slowly creep on the season 3 finale, it comes down to Game 7. It is him versus the Class A president. Now, this is a game of wits, smarts, so that may be chess, that may be judo, that may be jiu-jitsu, that may be basketball. And we know that Koji is going to give them a run for their money. With that being said, they take a hard right turn and they give us a little bit of the background of Koji. Essentially, long story short, he was developed in a lab. His dad is around. He is a professor. He is the one who created this lab, and he wants to pass through genius through DNA. Now, you're going to have your naturals. And the person that he's going up in Class A, the Class A president, she is a natural genius. Her father was also part of the white lab process. However, she did not get the DNA, the genetic material created inside of a lab. She has it. So that is kind of what we come up to the series finale of season 3. And it's Koji versus the regular genius. Pretty good. There are so many great characters and they all hold their weight. And I don't want to get too deep into it because we can make this video an hour long with how great each individual character is and how they play within the 4 different classes. But at the end of the day, when Koji is involved, they are all just pieces on a chessboard. It is phenomenal and it is great. This show shows you that anime is on the rise, and out of 2024, this one's definitely going to be a contender when it comes to the genius. This is phenomenal. Arguably the smartest character in anime of 2024. You got to remember, we've got Senku in Dr. Stone. We've got Rampo from Bungo Stray Dogs, Shigaraki, and my son Deku. We got all these geniuses in 2024 with all these new seasons coming out. But we're definitely going to have to make an honorable mention for Koji. He's up there. And I think that we're going to be even in a bigger banger for season 4 when this bad boy drops. There's going to be so much 6D chess. It's going to be amazing. I don't like to rate animes because they're all so good and they're all so different. Even manhwas or even shonens, all these different styles, whether it's mystery, where it's murder, where it's dark, whether it's storytelling, where it's short and to the point. There's so many different things that make anime so different and so great. But if I were to give this one a rating, I'd give it like an 8.5 out of 10. It's definitely one that you want to sit down and you want to invest time in. Like I said, I banged out 3 seasons in about 2.5 weeks. But when season 4 drops, I'm looking out for a few things. I'm looking for Kushida. She's a bipolar crazy girl. You'll get plenty of her throughout the series. A resurgence of Rian. All right, this man Rian, he is so evil. And Koji had the opportunity to expel him and get rid of him, but he didn't. He's trying to use him maybe as a rook, maybe as a knight or something within his chessboard game. I'm also looking forward to a little more depth on his background, including his dad. You get a little glimpse of him and you see that he is going to affect Toji's high school career. The acting chair, we didn't even get into it, but he put hands on Koji as soon as he saw him. And his new girlfriend, Kaizawa, she's got her own little lore, she's got her own story, but they've got so many things, they got so many loose ends that they need to tie into season 4, and I'm looking forward to it. So that's the review. I appreciate it as always. We're so close to 200 subs. With that being said, make sure you like, subscribe. Tell me if you've seen season 3 of Classroom the Elite, and tell me where you think that he lanes up to the rest of the guys, the Light Yagamis of the world. Everybody's chasing them coattails, so let me know down in the comments if you think he's up there.